What's up, people? J. Kevin Powell here. I went to get some gas today and I had this thought. I pulled out my Costco card to slide into the machine to get my 15-20%, 15-20 cents off of gas. And it made me think of club membership and the type of clubs that we have and the type of clubs that we carry. Of course, not in the physical sense, but I'm thinking in this in the metaphorical sense. And the reason I don't have certain club cards, because I'm a black man, and there are two cards that I often hear, whether it's my black card or it's my man card. And guess what, y'all? I don't have either. Like here's the idea. Here's the thing that I've learned bugs me about the concept of these club cards or these membership cards to say, it's the idea that because I'm black, there's this narrow definition of who exactly I'm supposed to be in order to have my black card. And the thing that sucks about the concept of this black card is usually these stereotypes aren't necessarily the best ones to get the black card. It's not on the black card that I'm supposed to be intelligent. It's not on the black card that I can walk in and out of any room and just be there. My black card, my blackness is associated with whether or not I eat fried chicken or not. You know, some people have wanted to revoke my supposed black card because I like to be punctual. So I'm not following CP time. If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to support the stereotype. But it's the idea that when we talk about these cards like this, these black cards, these man cards, the idea is this membership, this fake membership is supposed to be created for me based off of somebody else's definition of who I'm supposed to be. And usually not in the best sense of who I'm supposed to be. What's on the man card? Like, what's on the man card? I'm supposed to talk sports. And on the man card, which I do like sports, but, I don't lay claim or care if that gets me a man card. I don't care if you go out and you do something stupid and you expect me not to tell somebody you did something stupid that could affect their life. And morally, that's an issue for me, but I'm not supposed to tell you because it's a man card. I'm going to get my man card revoked. Bump that crap. Keep your man card. Like, if my supposed definition of myself is supposed to be wrapped around whether you believe a stereotype of some sort describes who I am as a human being, and it's usually this narrow stereotype, then keep the card. I don't have it. I don't have the man card. I don't have a black card. I'm from Baltimore. I probably don't have a Baltimore card, even though I love the city. It's the city I grew up in, but you're not going to necessarily see me be like, oh, you're from Baltimore. Usually I get that response like, wow, really? The city? Yes, the city. I lived in the city limits of Baltimore. I am a black man, proud to own it, proud to be, but I don't fit some of the stereotypes of what a black man is supposed to be, especially those that are created by the polarized ends of who wants to define who I'm supposed to be. So no, I'm not going to be the most stereotypical definition of the black person by somebody who's black and wants me to be this certain stereotype, and I'm not going to be the most stereotypical definition of somebody who may be white or not black who wants me to be a certain way just to define my blackness. I'm not doing that for you. I'm not doing that for you to define who I am as a man because I am a man in the way that I behave, in the way that I act, in the way I take care of my family, and the things that I do, the way I relate. Guess what? I'm a man. I cry. I'm a man. I wear colorful clothes. I'm a man. I like to look good. I'm a man. I am vain. I'm a man. I like sports. I'm a man. I like business. I'm a man. I like to drive. I'm a man. I could hang out with a group of women who want to talk about their relationships and dressing and planning a wedding or something of that nature. And I can almost do that probably more and enjoy that more than hanging out with a group of males who want to talk hours on end ranking choices in sports. Gets boring after a while. So if my ownership has to be defined by whether or not some invisible board agrees whether I fit in the rules and the regulations of said club to provide me a card. Keep the freaking card. I don't need it. I don't need it. I like my wallet nice and thin anyway. I don't need the card. Don't care for it. Don't need it. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to defining who I'm going to be, I've learned over so many years and so many years. Because, we all go through that period, and I'm sure you did too, where it was like you were in middle school or elementary school or high school, or some people college in life, where you're trying to define who you are, but you still do that through the prism of other people. And it's a natural process. We all go through that. It's a natural process to say, how do other people see me? Who do other people think I am? And then use that as the definition for self. I think that's natural. What happens is you can't get stuck there. We can't get stuck there. We have to evolve out of that. And I think I evolved out of that at a young age, because it was very clear to see, growing up in Baltimore the way I am, the way the membership cards are set up, that I didn't necessarily fit in that pocket. And it was fortunate because I got used to not being in a pocket, that exact pocket. And I found my place to express myself, which for me was music. And we all have this place, this zone, this space we can go into that allows us to freely be ourselves and not worry about the regulations, the club membership rules. And so when I'm thinking about, when you're thinking about, how do I move beyond these memberships? Because I honestly don't even know. Do women have these? A sisterhood, Yaya, sisterhood of the Yaya pants, or whatever the heck they're called? I don't know. Is that the version of the women's card? But either way, if when it comes to understanding really, how do you move beyond this? Number one, when I'm thinking about you in real life, when I'm thinking about the process I walk through in real life, it's one, trying to figure out what prism was I looking through? Who was I using as my definition of who I was, or trying to determine my definition of who I was trying to determine who I was trying to be? And then from there, start to take it out, extrapolate out. Okay, this is actually who I am versus this. This is actually who I am versus that. This is actually who I am versus that. And being okay with that. Being able to say, there's a lot of things going around with somebody saying, and with it becoming more understanding and more allowed for somebody to say, I'm not okay, and that's okay. Or I'm not completely happy, but I'm less sad. We're starting to get in this nice space where we're starting to allow ourselves to have the little bitty gaps in between, instead of things being black and white. And that's a wonderful world to live in, because now if we can do that with ourselves, we can open up this opportunity with ourselves where we have this ability to not have to worry about fitting this specific description of who to be. And so that allows you to take the people you're around, take the prism that you have previously defined yourself out. And I say, if you're the type of person to sit down and write stuff out, shoot, write it down. Write it down. If you're the type of person who just likes to think about it, then just think about it. But go sit down, find a prism, and then label characteristics and say, yeah, I match this one, but I don't match this one. I match this one, but I don't match this one. I do this, but I don't really like doing this because that really isn't me. Like, figure out what it is. And for the things that don't match, go ahead and ask yourself, am I okay with that? Am I good with that? Because if you are, bet. If you're not okay with something you're doing, inside or outside the prism, then go through the process of asking yourself, why am I doing it? Why am I doing this? And then the next step would be to say, get around, find what it is that allows your heart to sing. Find what it is that allows you to feel like you're okay being just you. Where it's not like you're trying extra hard, or you're doing something different, or you're being something more, you're just being yourself. Find yourself what that is. and go sit in it. And if it's something completely new, just go and enjoy it. Just go be there. I don't care if you do a good job at it. Matter of fact, I think you should go find something. If you suck at it, go suck at it and enjoy sucking at it. Just laugh at yourself, right? And laugh at yourself and get comfortable in that space that just allows you to be you. So you can go ahead and rewrite exactly for yourself where you see yourself being. And then the third thing, y'all, for real, if you do have some cards that you specifically like, you're like, yeah, I got my black card here, I got my Christian card, my, whatever your card is, go take that sucker. If you need to do it in a symbolic sense, make a card and burn that bad boy. Go burn it, go throw it away. Just tell yourself, like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need the membership card. Because at least when I go to Costco to get some gas, that membership card saves me money. But when we talk about these cards, like these social cards, these culture cards that we're supposed to define ourselves as, usually it doesn't give us money. Usually it doesn't save us anything. For the most part, it's taking stuff away from who we are. So get rid of that membership. If the membership ain't helping you, get rid of it. Only club you need to be in is the club of you. Many people think that's scary, but honestly, you'll find out you actually like that club a lot more. And there are a lot of people who are out there just in their own, they got their own Kevin cards, their own Terrence cards or Tracy cards or Hannah cards or Cassie cards. That's the only card they own, you know. They're David cards or Davis cards, You find out those are the people you want to hang out with anyway. Go do that joint. We'll holler next time.